Hello, today I want to make a 3D printed pen holder. So I saw this unique design on the internet. I'll show you what I printed here. So this is it's a pretty cool looking 3D printed pen holder. Okay, you can see the layer lines in there. And that kind of gives it a little extra. I'm going to build the next one a little bit taller. I'm going to build it at 50 millimeters, but 14 millimeter inner diameter. And this will sit on your desk. You'll have it sitting on your desk like that. So let's get started on building this here pen holder. Okay, so I have a PDF open right now. Feel free to take a screenshot of this, and I will build it from these dimensions right here. These seem to work good. And this is basically going to be, 2 or 3 layers of the 3D print. And when it's printed, you can you can kind of show those lines, each individual line as it grows up inside of here. It's pretty cool. So let's get started. So I'm going to open up my OnShape now and throw this PDF on my second screen. So I am using OnShape, and this is a free subscription. I'm going to go to Create here, Document. We're going to type in pen holder. And we are going to start on the front view here. I'm sorry. And we're going to start on the top view here. So we can hide the front and right. So let's go here to front, click on that, right, click on the little eyeball. And then we're going to grab this here, WCS, and pull it in. And I'm going to click on my top view. Okay, move this over. I'll give you a quick explanation to what the mouse does. So your middle mouse button does zoom in and out. If you hold down the right mouse button, it will do a rotation. And if you hold down the middle mouse button, which is the scroll wheel, it does a pan. Okay, let's go back on the top view. Now I'm going to create a variable, and over here is variable. If you can't find it, let's just type in VA, and then there it pops up. So we'll click on that guy right there. And we're going to name a variable. Name is going to be the W width of it, and it's going to equal 1.2. So this is the width of the shell. So this is the shell right here. We get that this dimension right here is the width. So I'm going to keep that like a constant, and then you can adjust this very easily. So you see that includes that variable right there. So that's like a global variable for this particular file, this document. So let's go to sketch, and we're going to sketch on this plane right here, the top plane, and we're going to go with a circle over here. So we're just going to drop the circle here, and we can type in, once we just left click outside of that, we can type in 14. If it didn't work, then you can just double click on there and then adjust that, type in your numbers. Okay, all right, and the second circle I'm going to make 13. I'm going to put that about right here. 13, enter. All right, now we can do some positioning of this. So we're going to D for dimension right here. We're going to go from this origin to this point right here. And we're going to type in 11.45. And then we're going to go, this is actually on, it's horizontal with this. So I'm going to click here, and actually undo that. We're going to click here, and we're going to say it's horizontal. So it's exactly horizontal with that. Next, we're going to do 14.15 from center to here. So 14.15. And now we're going to do the 14.15 to here. All right, so now we're going to create an offset. So we're going to offset this face right here, and we're going to click on this little 5 right here. We're going to type in W, and then it knows that W is a variable of 1.2 millimeter. Okay, green, or let's hit enter and left click to confirm that. Okay. Hit escape a couple times to get out of that. All right, so let's create one more offset. So right here, double click on that 5, W, enter, left click, left, enter. Like multiple sequences, but yeah, we finally got it done. So now what we're going to do is going to create one more of these, and that's going to be 10.45. And it's going to carry on that 13 millimeter diameter. So one more, we're going to straight up from this point right here, right there. And then we're going to do 13. Okay, and then we're going to create an offset on that guy. So let's go over to offset. We're going to do that right there. Click on that 5. Double clicked on the 5. Hit W. Enter. Left click. Okay, and now we just need a dimension that ties that, locks that into place. So let's click on this dimension. Go from origin to there. And this is going to be 10.45. Didn't take. Okay. 10.45. Green check. Okay. And we're going to type in 10.45. There we are. Now that we got our 3 circles done, we're going to create some lines up here and line over here. So we're going to create one vertical line and one horizontal line. And those lines will assist us in trimming this guy down. So we want this perfectly horizontal, but we want it on the origin. It's not on the origin currently. So let's escape out of that. See, that's blue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this point right here and click on that origin point right there and put this coincident right there. Snaps it to it, becomes black. Black is fully constrained. Okay. All right. Now we do another line straight from the origin straight up. Just has to be past this line right here. And left or right click escape line, or we just hit escape to get out of there. Now what we're going to do is trim some of the outside. So let's go over to the trim right here. We're going to just trim right down, trim right over like that. And we know that we don't need these two. We don't need these two. And we'll clean this up a little bit here. All right, so now we're going to go in and we're going to trim these inner areas. So let's go with where's our trim? Trim right here, little scissors. We're going to grab this here. We're going to grab that, trim this guy, and trim this guy. And now we're looking here. So we're going to trim that guy and trim this. And we're going to do some blends. Or we're going to do some tangency things here. So let's clean that, remove those two. Then we will remove this one and this one, not that one. Control Z to undo the last one. There we are. So that's how it's going to look, but we're going to do some tangency now. Click on tangent, this guy to this guy. We're going to click on this guy. We're going to delete this guy. Okay, so it fixed it. It moved it a little bit, so that center is off a little bit, but we cleaned that up. So now we're going to do tangency on this one, this one. Let's make sure that's checked. Click here, and I'm going to get rid of this one. Okay, so it's moving it slightly off just to make it tangent, which should be fine. We're more concerned about the general shape. Okay, and everything actually looks great. So it moved that center point down of that circle, which is fine. Okay, because we want to have it separated right here. Let's finish the sketch. Now we're going to do an extrusion of this right here. So we're going to go to extrude, click on this outside edge, not the inner edge. See how the orange lights up? We want the outside light up. We're going to rotate that with our right mouse button holding down, and I'm going to move this 50 millimeters. If you wanted to close this off, you could do that too. Let me finish this first. So here's how I make the first piece, and what I'll do is I'll mirror this, and then we'll show you how to close off everything. So let's go and mirror this. So we could actually hide this top view now. Let's go over to the eyeball, click on that, it hides it. And we're going to go mirror about this line, this plane right here. And we're going to mirror about this plane. So then we'll make it 4 pieces. So let's go over here to mirror. And we're going to click on our entity to mirror. That's that guy. Mirror plane is this guy. Green check. It is going to do a add to part 1, which is great. That's what we want. There's no separation in there. That's exactly what we want. So now we will go and mirror that one more time. So let's go to mirror. I'm going to click on this guy, and we're going to mirror about this plane right here. Green check. There's our pen holder. Now to fill this, we're going to go to our original sketch, and we're going to look down inside of there, and we're going to extrude this surface right here. So extrude, remember that inner surface we said that we weren't going to do? Now we're going to do that. So 1 millimeter in, and let's put a green check. So we see that filled it and it combined it. So it unioned it together. All right. So if you want this to copy, you just move this, you grab this and then pull it up before the two mirrors, and it mirrors that function. Okay. Let's rotate around. All right. So now we're going to export this out. So left click, right click. Let's go to export, and we want to export this out as an STL. So we'll call this pen holder STL, download, export. There we go. Now we just got to wait for that to export. I'll open up my Orca slicer now. I have my Orca slicer open. I will go grab my pen holder and throw it into, drag and drop it. Okay. And now we will we'll figure out what material you want. I currently have PETG in my printer right now. And just do two walls. I'll keep everything about the same. I don't think infill even matters with this because we're actually, trying to do this almost in vase mode, but it's not actually vase mode. But it's going to look nice and pretty clean when it's done. All right, so now that we did our slice, we can take a look at this and we can kind of scroll through here and look at the different layers and see how this is going to cut. We see our seam. This is our inside seam, which is a great location because it won't be very visible. And then another seam is on the outside of that, which I think is just fine. If you wanted to try to hand draw a seam, there is a possibility to do that. Let's go to prepare. We can tell it, I want a seam painting in this area. You can kind of make a little design out of this too. So let's go, and we're going to go just a little zigzag pattern. Okay, simple. And then section plane, and then it should follow that new seam that I made. So you can see that. That's pretty cool. It's a little unique characteristic to it. All right. So then when you would show it to somebody, you would be shown this way right here, and you can see all those lines, and they look really nice. So let's kick this off to the 3D printer, and let's see. This is going to take 36 minutes to complete, and it's going to cost me 60 cents to make. So here's my 3D print. Okay, this is a shortened version of it, but and this one has no stop to it. So I decided just to print this real quick and see how it was going to function, and it works great. With this pen, I may want to tighten it up a little bit, but it does work. It sits about like this in my table, and if you want to add the layer on the very bottom, of course you can do that too. So thanks for watching.